Hello everyone, welcome back to season 2, episode 3. Yes. With Dennis, Cedric on the dance drive, and we're going to take you through something in the dance industry that has been happening on the low. Yeah, that we're trying to find a solution to, because here this is a platform for you to find out different things that you might not know as a new dancer or as a new person in business, because we also do business. And as I continue on, we are going to break it down. Cedric will break down what he thinks about today's topic. Dennis will also give us some light on what he thinks as well. And today's topic is how to attract big brands and sponsors in business or dance business. So basically, we want to talk about how, as a business, like for example, you're a new dancer, how do you work with MTN? How do you work with Airtel? How do you even go beyond Uganda and work with Pepsi, for example? Nike. So we want to break it down and see exactly how can we do this. Yes. So I'm going to let Cedric start, and he'll break down for us what he has prepared for you that's at home. So Cedric, I think you can lead us through and enlighten us with a few pointers on this amazing topic.
Amazing topic indeed. So, as David has said, our topic today is how to attract significant brands into business. You want to work with some of the big gamers out there, the big players in a game, but you ain't got no idea what to do. So you need to definitely make some research. That's key. That's pointer. It's like a general point. You have to make research about what you do.
Make research.
Don't just come. You cannot just come far. So make that research. Research is a general point, because you need to relate your business to the brand you're targeting, right? The same way you could have a product or a service, and you're having a target audience. So I believe my number one point would be know your business inside out. That's number one with corporate brands or significant brands, because of course, if you don't know your point, then you don't know your business, then it's a challenge for them to work with you, because to them you seem a bit shady, a bit unsure about your business. So you need to be sure about your craft. If it's fashion, if it's law, engineering, dance, poetry, makeup, whatever it is, you have to be sure, like challenges, SWOT analysis, strength, weakness, opportunities in your business, the threats of your business, how can you overcome them. So you need to know to know your business, right? From A to Z, literally. Then point number 2, you need to do a follow-up. Some of the times these brands can reach out to you, and you stay a bit laid back, just because you think that they are the ones that want to work with you. However, it's a two-way process. They reach out to you, reach out back to them. Even if they said a date or a deadline, it's your obligation to check on them, see how far you've gone with what you started. It's more like what you begin, you make sure that you end, right? So you have to be keen on following up each situation. I would give you an example of action plans and the progress, and sometimes they talk about negotiations, and they say, we have to have a meeting with our board, or management and they don't get back to you on that, but it's your obligation to check on them. So following up is quite key when you're attracting these significant. Then of course the very third point would be direct response marketing. This is where you kind of directly get in touch with your clients or your market, or in this particular case the brand that you would really appreciate to work with, right? So an example of this would be direct emails, right? Each morning perhaps each morning you could send in something. Public holidays are here. We got you always have available services and products. Keep them up to date, right? So directly getting involved with your client base is quite key. So I'd totally recommend direct response marketing, right? Because psychologically you're marketing yourself because you're in people's faces. Then my very last point would be to build partnerships. Building partnerships whenever you get a chance to work with these companies or these brands of these people, make it a point to exploit the people you find at the workspace, and work with them. You'll find that you're going to find different people working in different fields. So do not just go there to do what you came to do, but you could spread your wings and socialize. Spread your wings, work with someone. It's also recommended to move with your business information, business card or something. So building networks is quite key in relation to building partnerships. So I believe those 4 points can help you achieve this goal of working with significant brands and making something happen for you and also for the brand, because quality is key. So at this juncture, I'll give the floor back to David.
Thank you very much, Cedric. As you're saying before, Cedric talked about so many interesting things. He talked about socializing. I got socializing, how to, make yourself available, reach out to the brands. Most of you don't want to reach out to them, and it's very key, it's important.
So you're good.
Make sure you reach out to them. And let's try as much as possible to learn new things. For example, Cedric gave examples, send them emails. Manange mugende ku mitimbagano muyige bino ebintu ka email sikagu batokamanyi naye ga kayige omutajja kusaza mitwalo 5 to send an email. Exactly.
Professional emails.
Exactly. Learn how to do these things because they're going to help you. So at this juncture, I'm going to let Dennis lead us through his next points and enlighten us on what he saw and what he learned on this topic.
Hey, all right. So, first of all, I'm going to start off by saying, yes, you want to work with brands, which is okay. But for them, what value are you
adding to them?
Are you adding to them? So, if you understand how to add value to the brands, then they'll want to work with you. So that is my first point of understand what their plans are and find out how you give value to them. You're looking at an alcohol company, so how, for example, an alcohol company, what are their plans for the year? What are they, from the few events they're doing, what are they trying to do? Are they trying to get more youth to, get involved in their programs? So you need to first know their plans so that you can know whether you fit in their in their vision.
So you create ways to fit in.
Or create ways to fit in.
Yeah, true.
Then, secondly, you need to know whether your vision aligns with theirs, because you may be a Christian, but then you're in something that's like, for example, homosexuality. So As
You want
long
to
as-
work with
uh-huh, exactly. You have to make sure your visions align. Yeah? You cannot. There's some things that society might not be okay with, and it affects you.
As well as your crowd.
Yeah, even your crowd and targets markets. Then the other thing I would say is you have to have influence in your industry. Influence, I mean, brands really work with people who don't work with people who have a say, because they have the product and the money. What they are looking for is the people
And
numbers. So you must be someone who has influence. Influence goes a long way. Nowadays it could be in terms of following, it could be in terms of you have a very important say in the industry. The people they call legends, for example. Yeah, exactly, like you, a person who is given so much respect in the industry. So the companies know if they work with you, you're like the best person to reach the crowds. Then my last point would be knowing how you want to work with them. Most people want to work with them, but they do not know how to work with them. So the question is, are you doing, for example, paid endorsements? Are you having a deal with equity? Which I think I need to explain the difference between the two. So for endorsements means the company has their product and you're helping them sell it using your passion or your skill or talent or product or industry, whatever. So for example, you're an ambassador, let's say, for Always Ultra, and you have an endorsement deal. So meaning you're going to promote their brand, people to buy it. And either they give you free products, for example, or you enjoy some type of benefits. Could be monetary, for example, or in most cases it's more of free products. If not free product, it's like free access to events, free access to certain things. They give you a few giftings, all those good things. Or it could be equity. Now for equity, it means you have a percentage of earning from the company for as long as you keep promoting their product for them. Now this is a deal that not so many people know about. Most people know, give me my payment and I go away. So look into how you want to work with the company. If you believe the company is going to blow in the next 3 years or 5 years, get an equity deal. And let's say they give you 2% of the company's sales in 5 years. You do not know what 2% could be, but if you trust they're going to blow, 2% would be like 1.5 billion or something, for example, compared to your endorsement deal that you would get and they would give you, let's say 800,000, for example.
For
example, keyword. People might take it personal. But yeah, so know how you want to work with the brand, and trust me,
It will work out.
It will work out, because you cannot just approach them that you don't know what you're going to do for them. They will also just look at you. So yeah, those are my points. I'll let David put his final views to it.
As people have heard, from what I've heard from Dennis, we have to look at the long-term goal. If someone invested in Coca-Cola 100 years ago, they're benefiting right now as a shareholder. If you invested in MTN when it was new in Uganda, you're very rich right now. So from Dennis, what Dennis has told us, I've learned to, look at the long-term goal. Don't look at what's happening right now. Look at the future. And for me, my major points for this topic would be, you need to find out the problem statement. For example, what problem is the company facing? You understand? And when you find out the problem, it's going to help you create a solution where you fall in. You understand? If you see that this company is facing a problem of low sales, find a solution of how can I use my dance to increase their sales. And in that, you'll be bringing in Dennis's point of bringing in value to the company. How do you bring in value?
Using your own.
Exactly. Using your own business. So you bring in your business to bring in value that will bring in sales for the company. You understand? And there are so many other things that these people have talked about. For example, numbers, influence. How much is your influence in the market? People need to work more on their socials, and because there's a new wave that people need to understand. A digital wave. So you need to jump on digital platforms as much as possible and establish your influence in your industry.
And also combat COVID spreading.
Exactly. So you need to find so many ways of increasing your influence, because the more you increase your influence in the industry, it comes back to the point of value. Your value increases, and when your value increases, the company, without you even looking for them, they will look for you. So you need to work on your influence, as Dennis had said.
Even activity.
Even
you
activity.
Mentioned activity on your socials, for example.
Yes.
People want, let's say, to work with a brand, let's say like a telecom brand, let's say MTN or Airtel, but then they post on their social medias like once in a month. So what do you want to do for the brand?
You need to be more active.
Activity, please.
You need to be very, very active on your socials. Show them that, every time you post, there's this reaction. And they will know that, Dennis posts, for example, 5 times a day. If Dennis posts 5 times a day and he's carrying on our brand, that is influence. People will view this. There's a reason why you see 20 adverts of Coca-Cola a day. Because they want the business to be in your face. So the more you're also in these brands' faces, the more the value you get. Then another thing on how to attract sponsors comes down to the way you brand yourself. For example, as in dance, in relation to what I do, you have to find a way of valuing yourself. For example, in the meetings I've gone in with companies, first thing they'll ask you, again, what value are you bringing to us? What value are you adding to us? So the way you package yourself, you have to package yourself like $1 billion. You understand? You're dancer, but package yourself like $1 billion. Like enter that room with all straight answers leading to $1 billion, that I can bring you this money, I can bring you this, I can bring you that, and with facts. You understand? Get your facts straight. Understand the brand. How is the other brand going to benefit from your brand? So brand yourself in a way that will bring value back to the company. You understand that? So branding is very important. Don't take it lightly. Check one of our episodes down there. You will see a topic about branding. Get to know more ways on how we are branding, how you can do branding not only in dance, but it can be in another sense of like these other industries. You understand? It can be in fashion, it can be in anything else. So find a way of understanding the word branding, because it's very important, because you're dealing with big brands as well. So those were my major key things. But my major important thing was problem statement. Understand the problems the company is facing and find a solution to those problems.
Using your business.
Yeah, using your
one
business.
last point. He talked of helping the brands. And of course you want to work with the brands. So before you work with them, Cedric also mentioned it earlier, but at a later point, you need to do a competitive analysis of your industry. For example, you're a dancer, for example, so look at the dance industry. which people are doing it big in the dance industry. You must be among, if you really want to work with those brands, you must be among the top 5, because really you're giving the brands options now to choose someone else to work with. So make sure you do a competitive analysis, compare yourself with
the other
brands in your industry, and find out why that brand you want to work with should work with you and not
instead of them,
the others.
True.
So guys, I think you've been enlightened, you've been given very important information. Google.
And if you have more suggestions, please leave them in the comments.
Yes, please.
And also be more aggressive, Go for these brands, be in their faces, use their medicine against them.
Cedric, do you have anything else?
Yes. I would love to tell the person who is watching right now that versatility is key, right? If these brands demand something that is in line with what you do, but you don't do it, be flexible enough to make a few changes in your profession or your career that will take you places, right? And be the best that you can be. I always say this: be the best in whatever you want to do, regardless of the field. Make it top notch. By default, you'll be successful and prosperous.
Those are top notch mukaulide banange. Make it top notch.
No mediocre.
No mediocrity.
Then as we close up this, the next person coming in is a very interesting person who is a fitness coach.
And
motivation to many. She's currently running her own fitness company, providing products. Very bright girl.
Actually, speaking of fitness, or talking of fitness, we would love to inform you about the new Wednesday fitness class, Let Loose, courtesy.
Update.
Remember to come through, because this is for your health and your fitness. Health is key as you grow. So it's just 25k, and check out our page for more details. So in this particular case, we are going to allow you to listen
to the next big thing.
Perhaps she's already big.
Kale guys, cheers.
Cheers, and all praise to the highest.
My name is ANKUNDA, and I am the CEO and founder of Afrocan Fit, which is basically a platform that is trying to address all things fitness from home. So that means from providing people with workout programs that they can do from within the comforts of their home, to providing them with the tools that they can use to make these exercises effective while from home. So we're trying to eliminate this whole excuses thing that keeps coming up. You know how it is, you know how things be going on, But anyway, apart from that, I'm also a computer science student at Uganda Christian University. I'm in my final year, and I am also a website developer, freelancer. I do make websites for businesses, for companies. So if you're looking for someone to redesign your website, if you want to create a website, look no further. I am your solution, okay? I am she. Yes, and I'm also a girls in tech enthusiast and a sports junkie. That means that I'm really into sports, and I'm currently playing a sport called squash, which is a very young sport for ladies in Uganda. So if you're a lady and you're in Uganda, I highly encourage you to, join us, okay? And side note, I am also a dancer, so if you see me with like H2C sometime, just know. Anyway, I'm here to talk about how finding the balance between business and school. So when I was in my first year at Macquarie University, I used to study architecture from a career university before I moved to computer science at UCU. I used to do like small side hustles. We're trying to find some extra pocket money here and there. We don't always want to stress our parents for money, and that was me. I felt like I was empowered enough to be able to sort of like make my own money. So I used to buy things that would be shipped from abroad and add on an extra fee and then resell. So it was sort of like a way for me to make some small pocket money here and there. And also, despite the fact that I was on government, I just felt the need of like having to put this information, this economics that I studied in high school, to good use. So that's where my entrepreneurial journey really began. So this went on for some time, for quite a long time actually, because even on Valentine's Day I'd be selling candles. I just try to find like good use of my time. And I felt like entrepreneurship was something that was something that I could get into. So when it came to starting this business of mine, African Feet, I didn't really find great difficulty in deciding to actually start this business. And African Fit was basically inspired from my own fitness journey, which had begun long time ago. Like, I don't even know, I think like my P2, P3, I don't know, when you're young and then you're going to school and you're not feeling comfortable in your school uniform, you're there walking in your PE shorts and things are like, the shorts are all rolling up, it was such a frustrating time, not liking what you're seeing in the mirror, and so you want to make these changes. And I used to try to find ways of making this whole process easy for me. I used to like try to use waist trainers, try to take pills, starvation, you name it, and I used to do all this alongside actually playing sports, because I'd been playing sports from like my, I don't know, right from when I was young, probably like 5 years, but I kept on gaining weight. But all these methods that I was using clearly were not working out. But of course, like, internet taints them as, these are the solutions, which they aren't. I decided that enough was enough. It was time for me to do this the right way, the healthy way. And that was through exercising and being more mindful and intentional with what I eat. So I had to pay attention to my nutrition and to my exercise routines, and I eventually saw the results that I was looking for. And this prompted people to try and find out what it was I was doing, like what's up, what's going on, share your secret, of which there is actually no secret. Everything is right there for us, but we just turn a blind eye to the longer route of making it. So anyway, that inspired me to start African Fit to help others out in their journeys. So I basically come up with programs. I work with trainers to come up with programs that people can use to lose weight, lose fat from home. I also selling products such as resistance bands, healthy living journals, and so many other items that will be brought into the whole menu. And these are tools that you can use from within the comforts of your home to help you make your journey more effective, especially if you're not someone who's interested in going to the gym, if you are unable to go to the gym because of personal reasons or financial reasons. So I'm trying to make a home, a safe space for you to be able to achieve these goals, and just to take your health seriously, to take it to a whole other level, and help you understand the necessity of actually prioritizing your health. And this can also still be done from home. So that's like African Fit in a nutshell. It started during the lockdown, and all this was before we actually resumed school, so everything was going great. Then I began working on a remote project, so balancing the remote project, since it was online, and my business, which was also online, was easy. Okay, not really easy, but them being online was just made the whole process easier for me. It's the programs that I make, the online programs, so you can do this from anywhere. Yeah. And then also payments are made online. I try to make sure that everything was done online. So I made systems, automated systems, like when you're purchasing a product, this is a process, you pay online, you receive emails, and like everything is done online. So automation also helped me in balancing my time with everything that I had going on. And then school started in October, so it's now added into the workload, because now I had to make sure that I attended class. I had to make sure that everything was running, because on the business, I'm literally everything in the business at this moment. I am the CEO, I am the social media manager, I'm the person who comes up with the programs, I am the person who handles the website, I'm the person who ensures I'm actually the customer service. I am the coach, because I have clients, so I have to make sure that everything is going on great. I am basically the Afrocan feet, if I should say. I'm Afrocan feet, but I fell in love with the whole process, so I don't find it in any way burdening, like cumbersome, or like draining my energy. No, it's something that I wake up every day and I'm so happy to be doing, because I am trying to impact people. I'm trying to help them improve their lives. I'm trying to do something that is not centered around me only. And this is fitness. I don't want to be achieving these goals on my own. So if I can be able to help other people out there, it's nothing more fulfilling than that, if I should put it that way. So you need to find something that you're really passionate about, because then it will be something that you are enthusiastic to keep doing, even when there are quite a number of challenges that do show up, and they are so many. Guys, I think there has not been a week where I haven't faced any problems with my business, but we do learn from those challenges, and I don't know, it has been such an exciting journey for me. So that's how I've been able to basically balance my business and my studies. I make sure that I prioritize the things that are important. The business is important because there's no one else who's going to run it. It's only me. My studies are important. There is no one who's going to do this stuff for me apart from me. So I try to find the time for everything. Even when it comes to freelancing for websites, I have the time to work on the websites. I have the time to do everything. So I make sure that when it's time to do those things, it's what I am doing. Yes. And so just because I'm like doing quite a number of things, time may seem limited, but if you're able to be a good time manager, then everything becomes great. And I should put this out there, I'm not a good time manager. Like, I've not always been a good time manager, but this whole experience has definitely taught me a lot, and that's something that I'm also learning from being a business owner and a student at the same time, and a youth. So honestly speaking, I would encourage anyone to just get started on something, especially if you're a student. You do not have to wait until you're done with university to have something for you, because you never know what's going to happen. And as long as you're able to prioritize your time, everything is possible. We do make time for things we prioritize. At the end of the day, when you don't get the results that you're looking for, then you need to go back to the drawing board and see if you've actually been prioritizing that. So I'd highly encourage anyone to get started into business of any kind, something you're passionate about, something that you believe will you can be able to handle, and everything will be great. So I hope there is something that you've learned from me sharing this. I want to thank H2C for inviting me to share about my journey. And feel free to follow me on social media. Just search for Patience Anks on Twitter, on Instagram, on TikTok. Just Patience Anks, you will find me. And you can also follow African Feet for updates on programs that we're having, on our products that we're releasing, and just grow with us, because my goal for African Feet is to be a fitness brand that stands out in Africa, and I cannot do that on my own. I need the support of my fellow Ugandans, from my fellow Africans, to make this a reality for me. So you can follow African Feet. You can check out our website as well. We do have a number of websites, but you can check them out, and in case you find anything interesting, just hit me up. Yes, so that's it from me, and I just encourage you to get that thing started, that thing that you've been pushing for so long. Don't push it anymore. Till next time.